if I'm an artist, I have intention.
Maybe.
What do you mean? Yes.
No, because
Whoa. But let me just finish out. If I'm
not-
an artist and I have an intention and my art is out there to the world and there's a gross misinterpretation of that, I would, as an artist, would want to correct that.
Okay. Well, see, I would say the way.
Okay, we're not talking about your art.
No,
we're
I'm not talking about my art.
Okay.
Artists, they have. It's not always clear that they have intention. Sometimes artists get possessed by an idea. They get something comes to them.
That's
and
their
they're trying
intention.
to express it. The intention is to express it, but it's not always clear that they understand it. Does that make sense?
What the
No, it doesn't.
Last topic of the day, and let's make this a 5-minute topic because there's not a whole lot to say.
Actually, it will be 5 minutes.
All right, cool. Childish Gambino. This is America. Thoughts? Go.
Childish Gambino. What you call it?
Did you
It was
watch
an interesting video. I've seen
it.
parts of it. I've seen a little bit of the lyric breakdown. I'll just summarize my thing super quickly with like two sources. Ben Shapiro had a great take on it, but cynical me feels like he's probably a little too optimistic. He thinks it might be a little more complex than I want to give it credit for. Check it out on YouTube. Just look up his review of that. Michael Knowles did another one that I feel is probably more accurate if you just assume everybody in Hollywood is leftist. But it's basically just everything you think it is on the surface from his perspective. It might be a little bit deeper on Ben Shapiro's. So, yeah. That's it.
He's telling quite the story about how America is just a foundation of violence. You know,
Maybe.
like he just goes in there.
That's
he
the
just,
surface.
He just
There might
goes in
be
there
something
and just
deeper.
shoots somebody, and then the gun gets treated very well. And then, but like fuck that, just let that body just get dragged around. As long as he's dancing and got these kids and stuff, it doesn't matter what's happening in the background. People falling from the sky. Everything's just like
That's the surface. Well,
my question is, who is his audience?
Childish Gambino.
Who is his audience
who-
in general, or
No,
that
that specific video, who was it made for?
That's what
Because if you look at
Black
that
America?
video, exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
was it?
Yeah.
Or
It's-
America in
and
general.
Well, that's the thing though, because everybody in the video was black.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw a single white
The
person
dude
in
in
that
the
video.
hood. Oh no,
No,
that
he was black
dude
too.
And
So
also
the
like-
question
yeah,
is it to the black America where they're struggling with violence? Because if that message was specifically for that audience, I can see where he's coming from. I get
See,
what
that was the
I
deeper take.
get the message that he's saying is that they need to look at themselves and like they're literally killing each other for no reason. Like there's other ways they can.
See, that's the deeper take that I'm too cynical to believe. Maybe,
But
is the thing.
if he's talking about the whole American in general, then I don't agree with it.
What do you? Well, because like I think the general surface level agreed upon analysis in the mainstream is he's talking about gun violence. He's talking about all
But
these kind of
that's
situations.
Yes, we do have gun violence. Yes, we do have.
And we're not paying attention to it because as soon as something happens, it's all about selfies and this new challenge. And
because
that
it's
new
all about
challenge.
distraction. Yeah.
But
That's
And then
the
when
surface.
at the end of the music video, when you fall out of line from that, you get run the fuck down, and you're just like,
Yeah. And that would be the Michael Knowles surface level from the right interpretation, but also from the left. They kind of all.
Also, Donald Glover doesn't want to
I
give
think
it
it has to.
And he said he didn't
He
want
doesn't
to
want to talk about it. Yeah.
And see, I like that because then you can you can project your
Childish
own thing
Gambino,
onto it.
Donald Glover. He gave an interview and he doesn't want to like give his take. He doesn't
Any
want
more
to
explanation.
He doesn't want
It
any
is what it
explanation.
is.
I think you're
Y'all-
gonna have to.
He doesn't
No,
want
but
to.
see, no, that's the beauty of art.
No,
It can pull out things from each individual.
yes. It's the beauty because then everybody gets to talk about it, blah blah blah. But a video like that, I think you kind of have to give give a little bit more explanation.
Context.
Well, no, because what good art, there's
you
lots
need-
of interpretations you can get.
Well, that's the thing. Now.
We can discuss them all evenly.
That
It's not
video doesn't apply to everyday America. You can't sit there and look at that video like, oh man, this shit happens all the fucking time.
I
It
just shot
doesn't.
an AR-15 this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, it's fucking powerful as hell.
But did you shoot it at a?
A target.
No,
Target.
hold on. Did you shoot it at a
At a person? No.
at a choir?
No.
Exactly.
No, but see,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Right?
but when you listen to the news, they make it sound like it's happening all the time. So it is talking to America in a general sense in that way. It could be.
But is he?
See, that's the thing.
See, that's the thing.
No,
Like,
but see,
he has to put it in certain contexts.
no, see, if he puts it, the
it has
downside
to.
of putting it in a context is that he kind of elevates one interpretation over the others.
He pigeonholes it. Well, I mean,
Because right now it can be anything, and we all have to discuss it. And then because he won't,
Yeah, but then he's gonna shut off like so many people.
not necessarily because
Yes.
because he's not going to say anything.
Because
Tony,
the videos in America in general.
No, but see, that's the thing. No one knows because everyone is giving different interpretations. There's like the mainstream leftist one, like it's an indictment of gun violence. It's an indictment of the fact that we're not doing gun control right now like we need to be.
No.
It could be indictment of all these shootings and we're just getting distracted constantly by all this other stuff, but we need to pay attention. That's kind of the left one. The right one that's a little more deeper is kind of what you're saying, that it's not even necessarily about gun control per se. It could be about black on black violence, the high murder rate over there. And as long as he doesn't actually say what he's trying to say, they're equal.
Okay,
Is it copping out then?
It's not necessary. He might be copping out.
It kind of is.
But he might not even know because a lot of times,
because if he leaves it open, then he's free, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to really answer what he means by that.
Well, see, but
because
sometimes
if he
it might.
points
And
it to
a
the-
piece of art can go beyond the artist.
Because
With the Kanye, yes, because like with the Kanye thing, he might have a vision of what he's trying to see, but in trying
Kanye
to
was
say what
high.
maybe, but he might, and you have to think about how soon this happened after Kanye. He might be like, I'm not going to explain this because I saw what happened to Kanye. You know, I have my art. I have this vision of what's something's happening.
If I'm an
and then trying to
artist,
explain it, it's a problem.
If I'm an artist, I have intention.
Maybe.
What do you mean? Yes.
No, because
Whoa. But let me just
Yes.
finish out. If
you're
I'm an
not-
artist and I have an intention and my art is out there to the world and there's a gross misinterpretation of that, I would, as an artist, would want to correct that.
Okay. Well, see, I would say the way.
Okay, we're not talking about your art.
No,
we're
I'm not talking about my art.
Okay.
Artists, they have. It's not always clear that they have intention. Sometimes artists get possessed by an idea. They get something comes to
okay.
them.
That's
and
an
they're trying
intention.
to express it. The intention is to express it, but it's not always clear that they understand it. Does that make sense?
What the
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Holy shit.
No.
No. Okay. See.
So novelists and writers just don't understand what they're putting out?
Are you saying like?
Are you saying that filmmakers like directors like Steven Spielberg
It
doesn't
depends. Art,
fully
there's a-
grasp?
I don't know, Louis, because there have been some movies where we sit there and like, what the fuck is
What are they
going on?
thinking? Like Mother, like
No, because here's the thing. Like if you think about it, your thoughts just come into your brain, right? You don't actually control. Like, hey, I want to think about this, and then you think this. You
Just inception just happens.
It's
Yeah,
not even inception.
yeah.
It's like it just pops into your consciousness. Thoughts pop into your
Okay,
consciousness.
got it.
Artists typically tend to be a little more
but
liberal in the psychological sense, so they're open to a lot more things. Than
And then
the
they just
average
put it out
person.
there.
Okay.
Sometimes. It
Okay,
depends,
I get that.
Because some people have
No,
a
hold
story
on.
that they're trying to tell for
All
a
right.
reason, but that's like propaganda.
Okay, I get that. But that video is very specific.
Is it?
I believe so.
Because there's a lot of interpretations, right? So how can it
No,
be specific?
there's only really is two things. He either talking about America as a whole, or he's talking about black on black
or
violence.
you could be talking about many things later.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what else?
I don't know.
By watching that video, what else do you think that video could have?
It could be talking about black on black violence. It could be talking about gun control. It could be talking about gun violence in a general
Okay.
sense. It could be talking about smartphones and smartphone addiction. It could be talking about a society where we jump from one thing to the next thing and we're just flitting and there's no permanence. It could be. I mean, people are still analyzing that video. Those are just me just coming off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm
And not
pretty
even
sure the
greatest art
entire
critic.
video had, it had like a scene of cell phones, but I'm pretty sure his message wasn't about, cell phone
Distraction.
addiction.
It
Was-
could have been. It
Really?
literally- Yeah, because things are
Really?
just jumping. Yeah, somebody gets shot, and then the next
So
second,
by
we're doing
watching
another
that video,
challenge.
it's like, God damn, I need to put my phone down.
No, because that's the thing. You don't.
Man,
You're not going to respond to
Childish
every idea.
Gambino just made me realize that I'm on my phone way too long.
No, because sometimes these ideas you have to experience them, and then they kind of sink down. So it's
No.
like when you sometimes when I experience a really good piece of art or a really good
self-
conversation, I think is art. It comes to me. It takes time for me to get the full effect. Like sometimes when I watch a video, people want me to tell you what I think about it right then, and sometimes they want me to answer what I think about it like a week later, and it still hasn't fully settled in. A good piece of art will take its time with you. It'll have its way with you, but over the long run. Does that make sense? Like it's not a good piece of art if I got its message, it was completely clear, I got it, super easy.
So you
concept,
don't
and it's
think he
over.
was trying to send a message?
I think it was trying to send a message, but I don't know if it was Donald Glover's message.
Whoa.
No, even though he wrote
I don't know, because see,
he
that's the
wrote
thing.
he wrote the music, he wrote
The
he did
lyrics.
the
It
video.
came out of his hand. It came out of his mouth. And see, that's the
But
thing. If you understand
what-
psychology, it's not always clear. Well, I don't want to say if you understand. From a perspective of psychology,
Did you study psychology?
I'm being exposed to it.
That's a lot different than studying from psychology.
Yes. So that's why I said a perspective. That's why I had to go back and retract myself.
I think everybody's exposed to psychology.
Okay. Well, my exposure to
we-
psychology tells me that there's a lot of things happening on the lower level that current culture kind of ignores or pretends it doesn't even exist. But old culture used to know there was like the you that you think you are is like the top of the mountain, and there's all this stuff underneath, or the top of an iceberg, and there's all this stuff underneath the water that's like bubbling and doing, but you can't see it because it's below the surface. And artists, they're typically the type of people that are more deeply interacting beneath the water, the stuff that's harder for us to see. They're pulling stuff out from underneath the water and exposing us to new ideas and
You
concepts.
can't apply that to every artist. Every
can't.
artist, no. Every artist
agree.
have their own message, their own agenda, their own
It
their own their own message. They all have their own different message and interpretation of those messages.
if they even understand.
So that's why it's important for a video like that. It needs to
give
be
context.
Well, see, no,
it
but see,
needs to
that's
be
the
given
difference
context.
because I've been
It
exposed,
has to be.
I've been exposed to this distinction. If you start with the message first and then make the art to communicate the
Okay,
message,
but the
that's
thing is-
propaganda. But if you start with the
By him,
what did I say?
By him
The me- there was-
expressing
You
his
start with the
intent.
message first, and then make the art. That's
Okay, yeah,
propaganda.
Okay, but if you start with the art first and let the message unfold, then that's true art. But they get conflated, and I'm still working with that idea. I don't know if it's true, but there's something about it that rings true. Like when the artist
think you
like
need to
feels they
work
need to
on it a little
express
bit harder.
something. Maybe. Yeah, but like when the
I
art,
think he needs to work on it.
yeah,
a
like
little
so,
bit
a lot
harder.
of times, like the great artists, I feel like they express something first, and then the meaning becomes apparent to them sometimes later, but to lots of other people later as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 43, 44, and 45 of the Musing with Menchaca show. Because it's all one thing. It's all one topic, really.
The super.
The super deal. If you like that, give us a thumbs up, share us with your friends, subscribe for more content. You can follow me on Twitter at Chakalaka88, as well as PSN, Steam, XBL, Twitch, all Chakalaka88, all across the board. Easy to remember. Let me just say, Tony, good God, I think I need to give you like a 2-week or 2-episode, 3-episode hiatus before bringing you back. Maybe. I don't know.
I just feel like I'm not the best guest for this format. Like I need like,
Two and a half hours is not enough for you?
No, but you like to do. It's not really 2.5 hours. You like to do like 15-minute episodes that are super stacked. That's why you even cut them that way. So like I've been bred on the long form conversation where the conversation goes where it goes, and we
But
might
that's
have
because
start
you're
off.
overthinking everything.
It might be that I'm overthinking it. But
No, it's not by you are.
No.
I mean,
I would
there
just-
is no question about that.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
promise you,
In my life, I've had that criticism, but I really think, given some
Like,
of the
I
sources,
thought Carlo was long-winded.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying overthink.
well, sometimes it can be. You can just like something simple, and you just can't.
I'm
get
not
through
saying
to it.
overthink. It's good to overthink things, but you're literally taking it to another level.
Well, see, I think that's what we need to do. We need to go down to a deeper level than the story.
Remember, you can go to iTunes and Google Play to listen to the whole MP3 if you'd like. And let's see, I don't have anything else to promote, really, other than just say thank you very much for doing the show, for your time, gentlemen.
Until next time.
Until next time, yeah. I'm Luis Menchaca. I can't even say my name. Fuck it. I'm Luis Menchaca, signing out.